Hi, welcome to Let's Get Social, where online connections turn into live conversations. I'm your host, Chris Bartlett. I'm coming to you live from the 2011 Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce, and I'm sitting down with the one, the only, one of my favorite online people, and even greater people live, Tom Ficklin of Ficklin Media. Tom.
Chris, good to see you.
I know, you too.
You said that exactly the way I paid you to say it. I appreciate it.
Great, well, checks in the mail kind of thing?
Check is in the mail.
Okay, great. You are such a important person to me because whether I see you online or live, I just always really get that true essence of the word relationship and social conscious. And I really want to talk about relationships and just the nature of how that's such a core fundamental operation of the big fancy word business. Can we talk about that a little?
Yeah, but your business really has to be secondary to your relationship.
I agree.
Your business, your talent, your skill, that evolves as you decide and define what your relationship is. Your relationship to others, but also your relationship to yourself. And then your tools, your skills, your expertise emanates from that. But what's been on my mind recently in terms of the word relationship is because we see how relationships are so fractured, how the world is so fractured, how political parties are so fractured, how families are so fractured. I've been really thinking about this word relationship. And I don't have an answer, but my mind goes to these kind of metaphorical, but also these big macro questions. What is culture? What is evolution? What is humanity? The big philosophical questions we really now have to embrace like never before, because again, in my mind, we can see that we may be the current dinosaurs on the planet.
Absolutely.
As well as not only killing ourselves, but trampling all the little ants even beneath us. And at the same time that the globe is on fire. So in terms of relationships with yourself, with others, with the world, with your family, with your business, the relationship word is so key. It's really profound that you have mentioned that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like it's really the key of everything, and sort of operating our lives in what sometimes I use the term, I call it like living in the key of me. And I think when we're living in that really true place and transparent place from a point of honesty, we really are able to transcend in a greater way.
But the words you just used in terms of harmony and keys, if you think of the music thing, we got to create harmony with ourselves, harmony with others. But in the external world, some of us like jazz, some of us like grunge music. Some of us can't stand to hear grunge music. Some of us can't stand to hear jazz or the blues. So it gets kind of convoluted, if you will, in terms of what culture and melting pot and civilization actually means in terms of dominant society, dominant culture, dominant styles. So creating harmony is so important, and that's why I think Beethoven and you have classics like that, but also the blues are classics. So how can we appreciate things that we might not, discordant things that we might not like, discordant plays, discordant art, countercultural art.
Which is just huge, profound, and yet I think it really starts with that simple seed inside of each one of us. Do you agree?
It starts with a simple seed, but that seed continues to expand and grow as you nurture it.
Absolutely.
As you water it, and you water it with your internal meditations and your exercise. You water it as you interact with people. So we have the nucleus, the seed, the germination, but then how does it become a flower or a weed?
Exactly.
And the dandelion is a flower, but some people consider it to be a weed, but it also is a great tea. So you got to think of how you can the metaphor that there are seeds and sprouting in the agrarian society, how things grow, and how does civilization enable it to grow, or whether we go with genetic modification, modifying natural food.
Absolutely. Wow, this has been really profound, really quickly. Let's leave people who are watching this and more interested in getting to know more of what's going on with you and all this really important movement. How can they reach out and get in touch with you?
This is going to sound really egocentric, but because of my last name being so unusual, Ficklin, if you just Google Tom Ficklin, T-O-M-F-I-C-K-L-I-N, everything will pop up, and my position in that Google world is pretty high. My blog is pretty popular.
I actually don't think that's egocentric. So go to Google, that's a little shout out for Google, by the way, and put in Tom Ficklin. As you said, he is the one, maybe the only, we know that for sure as a human being, we're talking name-wise,
that's right.
And you will find everything you would like to know to engage with this really incredible and dynamic man.
And that's F-I-C-K-L-I-N.
Okay, great. You got it? Tom, pleasure as always.
Chris, indeed.
Thanks for being with me. For Let's Get Social, I will see you online.